Hello again and welcome to Piedmont Business Live. I'm your host Ken Morrison. Today we're talking to Kip Blakely. He is the Vice President of Customer and Government Relations at HAECO Americas. Kip, thanks so much for being with us.
Well, thanks for having me, Ken. Glad to be here representing over 2,000 employees from HAECO Americas. A lot of great colleagues that we have working for us here.
That's a huge company right here in the Triad area. So tell me a bit about HAECO. What is it?
Well, HAECO, we're in the aviation business, and specifically we're a maintenance, repair, and overhaul facility. So I'll call it an MRO a lot as we're speaking. But we do scheduled heavy maintenance on military and commercial aircraft. We also manufacture. We manufacture seats, lavatories, galleys, anything on the interior of the aircraft we make right here in the Triad.
How about that? And aircraft industry is so big in the Triad now, so it's really great to hear that we have such a big player in the market right here.
Well, I'll tell you, the global aviation business is moving to the southeast. So over the next, for the past 10 years, the next 20 years, you're really going to see a whole lot more companies in aviation moving to southeast United States. Most importantly, many of them are going to be moving right here. We've got such a great asset at PTI Airport. And as they open up that new 1,000 acres out there where more companies like HAECO and HondaJet can come here, I really think we'll have 4 or 5 more HAECOs and 4 or 5 more HondaJets over the next decade or two here.
That's great news for the economy of this region.
It is, and we're excited to play a part of that.
Great. So tell us about the acquisition to HAECO Americas.
Well, we were owned by a private hedge fund out of New York. They were great owners, owned us for a number of years, took us private. We went to them and asked for investment dollars. We needed to grow. Right. And they said, it's time for you guys to go sell yourselves. So we came back from New York, said, now what do we do? And we with intent decided that we wanted to sell to a company that's in the business and that's in Asia. Because just as I spoke about how the global aviation business is coming to the Southeast U.S., it's also going to Southeast Asia.
Oh, really?
And when you look at the order books of Airbus and Boeing, the really major growth is going to happen in Asia. So we wanted to have an owner from there, and we got a perfect one in HAECO. It's been an ideal relationship. They are investing in us, and we are seeing great growth at all of our facilities.
Great. So what type of investments are you guys making in the future?
Well, so here in Greensboro, we're building our 5th hangar, which will be the largest hangar that we have in our facility anywhere in our enterprise. It'll be able to house 2 777-300ERs side by side, or you could put 8 737 Maxes in there. So it's going to be a great opportunity for us. We're going to need another 500 additional technicians and employees to work in that facility. We've also just opened up a new manufacturing facility in High Point that we're quite excited about. It's 249,000 square feet. Wow. Probably we'll wind up having 400 to 500 employees there, and there we'll be manufacturing lavatories, galleys, and other aircraft interior parts. We continue to do our seats in Walburg, North Carolina, is where we manufacture all the seats. So we're making airplane furniture right here in the Triad and shipping it all over the world.
Those are huge spaces, and it's so great to hear you're employing so many people. So where do you find these employees? Where are you looking for them?
Well, you know, there have been 3 areas traditionally where we hire from. First is the military. We love to hire folks coming out of the military, but of course we haven't had a lot of retirements out of the military of late, so that's been a problem for us. Secondly, we hire a lot from the airlines. But of course, airlines really aren't doing maintenance anymore. They've contracted all that work out. So that source has kind of dried up to us. And then the third area that we hire from are what we call homegrown. And that's they're people coming through the community college. It's a 2-year program that you have to go through and get your license per the FAA, the Federal Aviation Administration, which gives you the authority and the knowledge to be able to work on aircraft. So that's where we get the majority of our folks from. And to be quite honest, we were concerned about what we were getting. and we started working as an aviation council. This wasn't just HAECO, but as an aviation council, we went to GTCC and talked about their program and what they had going. And what we quickly decided, it wasn't what they were teaching or how they were teaching, it was more of their inputs. It was the students that they were getting into the program really didn't have a grasp of what they needed to know, particularly from a math standpoint and writing skills. And so that led us to high schools, to where we are now working with a number of high schools to start aviation programs. Andrews Aviation is the first one that we started in High Point, and we are delighted with the employees that we're getting from there. Now, we get to know them very early on. In the 10th grade, they have tours of the different aviation companies. In the 11th grade, they have a 5-week job shadow program that Junior Achievement helps us with. Then when they're in the 12th grade, they've actually completed all the requirements of North Carolina for high school graduation. So in the 12th grade, they co-enrolled at GTCC, taking the aviation courses, and they have a paid internship with us or one of the other aviation companies. So by the time they graduate from high school, they're halfway to their airframe certificate. 7 months after high school graduation, they get that certificate. We hire them, and we're delighted with what we're getting.
That's such a wonderful, forward-thinking program, and I've heard of similar programs, but it just makes so much sense that you're investing in education and investing in the type of education that serves your needs exactly. It's a win-win for everybody.
It really is. I have to say, though, when I first took this to my colleagues, I was like, we're going to start recruiting in middle school for our employees. They know, what are you smoking? You can't go to middle school. And
have you seen middle school kids?
Yeah. But what's really neat is when they come for their tour, we have their parents or guardian come so they understand,
right.
It's a potential dangerous work environment. We want them to know where they are and what they're going to be exposed to. And without a doubt, they show up that first day and they're you can't even get them to speak
right.
or open up, and without fail, by the time they finish that job shadowing, you see them around the facility. They're like, "Hey, Mr. Blakely, can't wait to come back and be an intern. Hope
awesome.
You can," so you just see them grow and mature. And the other major factor in that is junior achievement, because not only is junior achievement between the company and the school, making sure that you get the right students with the right people, they also bring in lunch and learns, to where they talk about soft skills, where they talk about business acumen, where they show them how to have a business meal, do all those sorts of things that really prepare them for the workplace.
Now, is this Andrews Aviation Academy, is it a magnet school?
It is a magnet school. So it's inside Andrews High School, but within Andrews High School is a magnet school. So students from all over the county can go there, and they do. Many students take 2 buses to actually get there. So there's a lot of interest in it, particularly since students and parents and teachers are seeing that, hey, they really do get a career here.
Yeah.
And so like I said, we're excited about what we're getting. And of course, the question is always, well, how much do they make? But they have a very good salary. They have absolutely no educational debt, number one. Number two, they can make over $30,000 a year with their overtime. And we have them on a career path that by the time they're 25, they can be making over $50,000. So it's a wonderful opportunity for a young person to get into a career. And if they want to continue their education, we'll actually have tuition reimbursement that will help them with that.
Well, how can you go wrong with that? No education debt, you've got a guaranteed job, an excellent job. Boy, you can't ask for anything better.
Health insurance, a matched 401k. We really do have a great pipeline going here, and some of the things that are coming out of it that we didn't necessarily plan for, but we're quite excited about. Number one, 100% of the students in the program graduate.
That's great.
The average GPA of the class is 3.2, which is significantly higher than the rest of the body at Andrews. 80% are minorities. 20% 24% are females. That number may seem low, but actually for women in aviation, that's a high number. It's a real problem that we have globally in aviation. We don't have enough females in aviation. So we're glad to see that amount of young ladies self-sorting themselves out to go into aviation. And then lastly, I would add a number that I'm real excited about. 40% are black males. You know, I think, Ken, if we've figured out a way in which we can take a young black male and give them hope and a career and a job and get them through that program and into this career path, that not only will change our company, but that will change our community.
Right.
Because 40% is about what the unemployment rate is for young black youth. So if we can get that many into this career, I think that's fabulous, and that will really help our community and our company.
And based on what you were talking about at the beginning, we're talking about an industry that's just getting bigger and bigger. So we're looking at a career path for a job that's going to be around for a long time and have good stability with it.
It really is. You know, the aviation business has really been going strong here. And like I mentioned, with so many companies that are going to be moving into this area, it's great opportunities for young people to get into this field. And of course, we hope to home grow a lot of folks at HAECO and keep them here for their lifetime.
Terrific. So what do you see in the future for HAECO?
Well, very strong. As I stated, you know, we wanted investment. We're expanding our facilities here in Greensboro and in High Point and in Walberg. We're looking at expansion opportunities in our other two locations in Macon, Georgia and Lake City, Florida. So it's going to grow. It's going to continue to grow, and it's going to be a nice level playing field for many people for many, many years to grow into.
That's awesome. Kip, thanks so much for sharing your story with us. I am so excited about the growth of your industry and especially the growth of your company, and we wish you nothing but the greatest success.
Well, thank you very much, and good luck to you as well, Ken.
Thank you. If you want to learn more about HAECO Americas, please visit their website. The link is at the bottom of this page. It's also at the end of this video. We invite you to go check them out. And if you're a young person who are thinking about, you know, what you might be doing after high school, this is a great opportunity for you. So please check them out and look into it. Thanks so much for tuning in to Piedmont Business Live. We'll see you again next time.